On the 13th of May, the McGee family awoke at 3 a.m., and the start of our vacation had officially begun. This is my dad, Malin. He was concerned about leaving the house, although he had 3 different friends looking after everything for us. This is my mom, Cecilia. She insisted on vacuuming everything before we left that morning. And this is me, Sheena. My job is to make sure my parents have everything they need to get through airport security without any problems, and to create our documentary of our trip to the Philippines and Thailand. Finally, after about 30 hours of flying, waiting, and quarantine checks, we arrived at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila, Philippines. This is my Aunt Dottie. She opened her home to us during our stay, and on the 16th of May, she invited friends and family over to celebrate my dad's birthday. This is Boyette, my mom's best friend. He never hesitates to take time to drive us wherever we want to go. On May 22nd, he picked us up at 5 a.m. to take us on a 4-hour drive through beautiful countryside to Pagsanhan Falls. Once we got there, our boatman paddled and pulled us 40 minutes upriver, across 14 mini rapids. We marveled at watching them work. No shoes but many scars, and the scenery was breathtaking. Once we arrived at the main waterfalls, we were able to swim and relax, and our boatman took us back when we were ready. This year is also my parents' 25th wedding anniversary. Reservations were made at a nearby restaurant, and the renewal of vows was held on May 24th. All of our friends and family were able to attend. The ceremony was beautiful, and it was good to have the whole family together again. The following morning, we left the Philippines to visit Thailand. We stayed there for 5 days, accompanied by my Aunt Dottie and my cousin Sed. While there, we did lots of shopping, and we visited many Buddhist temples. My dad's favorite part of the trip was the floating market. A few days after returning to the Philippines, my dad decided he wanted to spend the night in a cabin on the beach, so we called Boyette and he picked us up one morning to start our adventure. 4 hours into the drive, we stopped in a town called Tagaytay. This is the site of one of the world's smallest and most active volcanoes, Taal. While there, my parents decided to take a chairlift between 2 mountains, while Boyette and I opted for the zip line. After another hour of driving, we stopped at numerous places by the beach. These places were all either accessible to members only, or, since we were on the side of a mountain, it would require too much walking to actually reach the beach. We ended up staying in a small motel on the side of the mountain. We were all tired and hungry, so Boyette took over in the kitchen, and that night we dined on steak and shrimp. Even though we never saw the beach, this is what we saw when we awoke the next morning. For the remainder of the trip, we stayed close to family. We talked and laughed and played games. And even though it was sad knowing that we had to leave, we also knew that we couldn't have asked for a better vacation.